Social media was set on fire after an interracial couple's slave and master themed engagement photos went viral. The photos included a black man dressed as a slave and a white woman as the slave master's daughter. The caption read, "Days passed and everything changed. Our love got stronger and stronger. He was no longer a slave, he was part of the family." Part 2 pre-wedding session. Comedian Earthquake had shared the photo and many were quick to give their thoughts. Comedian Coco Brown commented and said she was speechless, while Kiana Dancy asked where his mama was. Everyone had something to say.
I saw this on the internet. This interracial couple had a slave-themed engagement photo shoot. Her caption said, "Days passed and everything changed. Our love got stronger and stronger. He was no longer a slave. He was part of the family." Part 2 pre-wedding.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man. I know that ain't who I think it is.
In the first photo, he is so gracefully kissing Lily Wahite hands. And she got the, the Quaker Oats bonnet on. And he's just so happy. And then the second photo, she's breaking every chain. I'm sorry, Tasha Cobbs. I know this ain't what you meant. I know this ain't what you meant. I know this ain't what you meant. And in the last photo, she took his hat off and he's got it in his hand. He's just, oh, thank you, ma'am. It just feel, thank you, mammy. The only thing, a little thank you, man. I sure is happy about it. It just got that energy all over it. But wait, there's more. Because of her whiteness and her white saviorness, he ain't no slave no more. He got a top hat on, a long coat. She got a Farrah Fawcett, kinda, but not without the fullness and the bump. And I just...
Today on the show, we have our comedy hype analyst, Pierre, to give his reactions on the slave and master themed engagement photos. Now, Pierre, I'm gonna come straight to you. What was your first reaction when you saw these photos of this slave and master themed engagement shoot?
I was like, "Mommy, Daddy, hey!" "Hi, Mom, hi, Dad." No, man. Yeah, in the big picture of everything, it's a bad look. I mean, to go back during that time is Black folks really weren't crazy about slavery. Well, no one really was. I mean, like I said, there was Black folks out there who did well during slavery. They weren't all slaves, Black people. But, in the big picture, slavery wasn't a good look. And I don't know why they picked that theme. They could have picked another theme. But I also don't know the context behind it. Like, what is the reasoning and what is this, what is it? I mean, if he was a slave, a regular, slave out in the field, and she picked him and said, "Come on, I'm gonna marry you," well, yeah, that's foul. It's a foul situation. I just think it's a foul situation for that. So I think they could have done another situation for wedding, but to plan that, I don't know. But I don't know the context behind exactly why they chose that.
For sure. I mean, there are so many creative directions that you can take wedding engagements nowadays. So this one did come to a surprise. Now, I want to go into the comments, Pierre, because, people love, giving their insight. And a lot of people are upset at this, rightfully so. So I want to go into that. One user says, "Hell, I ain't mad at Susie Ann. Thanks, baby girl, for taking him out of the dating pool." Another user said, "Not sure why he's so comfortable with this. I don't blame her. I blame his corny ass." And another user says, "So his mom and them just said, yeah, that's a good idea. And not one person in her family said, it's a no for me, dog. And the photographer, nobody said, this ain't it." And it seems like the consensus is that a lot of people are just trying to figure out where does that blame, go in a situation like this. And crazy enough, Pierre, this isn't the first time we've seen this. There's actually a photo that surfaced of a couple who did a engagement shoot in a cotton field. So we've seen this time and time again. It's definitely not the first time. So I want to ask you, in situations like this, where you see people, during engagement shoots or just photo shoots that are slave related, that are both, Black and white, who do you think the blame goes to? Is it the male, or is it the woman, the white man, the Black man? Who would you say takes blame for this?
All of them who agree to it. All of them who agree to it. All the way down to the photographer. Shit. Everybody, they all are principals in this situation. Now, look, you have a right to do what you want to do. It's your engagement. We in a free society. You can do what you want to, but you got to face the backlash if that's what you want to do. And there's going to be some backlash, so you want to deal with it. If you're the kind of person that don't care about the backlash, as I don't, you just say you do what you do. That's what it is. You stand on it. You stand on it. But I think they could have picked a different theme than damn slavery to put on there. But again, I need to know, why would they pick that? What's the reasoning behind picking that? Are they trying to say that our love breaks shackles of anything, slavery, and you know what I'm saying, through anything? our love is that powerful. It doesn't matter if you're a slave, whatever. If that's what it is. Okay, if that's what you feel. But I think it needs context to really get a full understanding of it. But I wouldn't have chosen to do it.
Let me ask you this, Pierre. If you're in a situation and let's say you have a woman and she wants to do a shoot like this, and she's someone of another race, would you do a shoot like this?
A slavery, like a slavery one?
Yeah.
No, as I said, no. But some people do S&M ones, S&M, that's freaky stuff too, you know what I'm saying? Whips and chains, and get married, dominatrix. I try to keep it, I try to keep it G, good. But no, I would never do that. No, that's not something. No, I mean, I don't. Again, now I would do a skit. I would do a funny skit. Yes, I would. I'd do a slavery skit. I have a problem. Or a movie. Yes, I would.
Right. I think for me, it's just the fact of like when you do shoots like this and I think where you're coming from with the skits and things, we've seen that because that's in the comedy realm of things. But this is something that's serious. When people do their engagement shoots, they typically have a bigger meaning behind. So to see this, to me, honestly, like you said, it's a free country for sure. You can do whatever you want. You just have to know you're probably going to get that backlash. But it can be offensive to a lot of people because our people struggled, during that time. And like you said, not everybody was slave, but people died on those plantations. You know what I'm saying? Like there was so much that was lost out there. And we've seen in our culture where we're still dealing with some things that come from slavery. So to see somebody do something this serious in that capacity was just like it was disappointing, and especially to see a brother doing that with somebody else. It was just like, dang, dog, you couldn't find nothing else? Nothing else.
But let me ask you a question. Can we celebrate where we came from since slavery?
Absolutely, but I don't think that was a celebration. I do think it's important that we celebrate it, and I think we do. I think we do a great job of it. There are people that are coming out and celebrating, our successes and where we've come from. But when you see stuff like this, it does still give you that feeling of like, yeah, I'm not really rocking.
I don't mean celebrating this one to be celebrating slavery. I was just saying, we have a history of slavery, but I like to focus on what we've done to get out of that, opposed to sit there and just dwell in slavery. I get that, but look how far we've come. We should celebrate how far we come instead of dwelling always in slavery. That's all. I'm just saying that. Why do people keep going back to slavery and always want to do stuff about slavery opposed to celebrating how we got out of slavery and how far we've come? That's all I'm saying.
No, I definitely understand that. And I want to ask you one more thing before we close out, Pierre. Looking at this and just the reactions that they're getting from this, why do you think so many people are upset, when they see these types of pictures or these types of photo shoots with a black man or white woman or just, of the opposite races? Why do you think so many people are upset?
Of mixed marriages or slavery, the picture during slavery? Which one are you asking me?
Mixed marriages that are doing things that are slave-based.
Well, because like you said it brilliantly a second ago, people lost their lives. It was a rough time during slavery. It wasn't fun. Slavery wasn't fun, to be out there working all the time and getting separated from your family and all that. It wasn't fun about that. And, we don't see Germans doing funny shit about the Holocaust or Jews doing funny things with the Holocaust. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a Holocaust themed wedding or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, we need to stand up and say, we ain't gonna accept that either. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people just don't want to see it. Don't want to see it glorified, in a serious tone of like love, shit. That might have happened. What happened there might have happened in real life. But we don't want to see that necessarily because we've lost too many other situations to celebrate that little small thing of a couple getting together that was mixed during slavery. Okay, look at how many men were pulled away from their family, or women were pulled away, had to have sex with the master, and have kids and shit, out of wedlock. Well, out of a situation like that. So no, I say no. That's why we don't like it.
I think you put that perfect, and let's be the first ones to say that. I hope that they don't start getting comfortable seeing these pictures, because it's not okay. It's not okay at all. But Pierre, I appreciate you as always for calling in and giving your thoughts on this situation. You heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the reactions of the slave and master theme engagement photo shoot? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
And as usual, put it in the comments.
And stuff like this, protect Black culture, please.